Hi guys, how are you? I'm Jessica. If you are new here, I'm a freelance illustrator based in London. And finally, I'm gonna record a video about my goals for 2021. I have been waiting for more than 1 week to record this video. I was waiting the moment I was alone in the house because I'm very shy. I don't want to record when somebody else is in the house. But then they announced the new lockdown here in England, so that means that my boyfriend must work from home. So now I have no excuses. I have to record it even if he's here, and of course he's locked in his bedroom. Okay, this has been a very particular year for the reason we perfectly know. I feel like I haven't achieved as much as I did in 2019. In 2019 I started drawing my first published books, children's books, and I was very productive and I started a master in children's book illustration in Cambridge. While this year I haven't worked that much. With clients. Yeah, of course the pandemic had an impact in my freelancing, but this year I made some important decisions about my career. To sum up, I have been working as a graphic designer, in particular as a user interface, a user experience designer for applications and websites for about 6 years as an employee in companies. Then in 2018 I became a freelancer because I wanted to focus just on illustration. I was already freelancing a bit in my free time with a few clients and doing illustrations, and then I decided to do just that. However, I didn't know what kind of illustrations I wanted to do precisely. I kept working for mobile applications during the first year, and then I decided to start preparing a portfolio for children's books. I always liked children's books, and in 2019 I illustrated my first published books, and then in September of the same year I started the master in children's book illustration, as I said. Originally I decided to go freelancing because I liked the idea of working on several projects with several clients, also doing it according to my own time, my own schedule, working from home. But yeah, along the years, the last 2-3 years, after working on very long projects, because yes, children's books are very long projects, I realized that my ultimate goal actually is not working for other people, but would be working and doing my own things, my own projects. That could be just simple illustrations or books. I liked the clients' jobs I worked on, but I decided to do this master also because I want to write and illustrate my own stories. That would be my final goal. So an important achievement of this year is realizing that I don't want to do freelancing. If with freelancing we mean working for clients. This new awareness led me also to some new important things. This year I decided to make university my priority because yeah, experiences like this come once and I want to do things in a proper way. And especially after the very stressful year and productive year I had in 2019, I decided not taking commissions, very long projects with a short deadline. So because yeah, if I have a very short deadline and the project is very time consuming, I wouldn't have enough time to dedicate to my university course. More importantly, I decided to stop accepting jobs that were asking me to draw with a very different style from my own. In a moment of need, of course, you need to accept anything that comes in, and it was what I was doing in the last years, and also when I was freelancing in my free time. And that experience, of course, it helped me to build experience, to build a portfolio, to decide what I prefer. But in this moment of my career, I decided to put my energies into things that really interests me, into things that really helps me to reach my final goals. If I weren't doing university, I would be more flexible, but considering that my time is quite limited, I have to be quite picky with the projects I'm taking on. Moreover, as I said in my previous vlog, I'm currently working on my art style, and so I would prefer to work on big projects in the moment I feel more confident with what I draw. Another achievement of this year has been starting to take care and building multiple streams of income. During the first 2 years of my freelancing, I've been relying exclusively on my clients' work, and that is not something good to do, because of course projects stops to come. Sometimes instead all the projects come in all together, here you to choose just one. So yeah, it's very unpredictable, especially in the current situation with the pandemic. I started to struggle, especially when I moved from mobile applications, which are very required, to children's books, to publishing. Publishing world is tough. Yeah, from my experience, it's very hard to survive just with children's books contracts, unless you are experienced enough to work with a very big publisher. But no, it wasn't my case. So I started to think about other streams of revenue. So when the pandemic exploded in March, I decided to make a Skillshare course. That was great. I didn't do much money with that, but that experience gave me the confidence to finally record myself speaking in English, especially. And that is such a big step for me, because before then I never dared to listen to myself speaking in English. And now, yeah, I'm on YouTube. Opening a YouTube channel is something that I would have never imagined to do, ever. Ever. I'm very, very happy with this kind of achievement. Yeah, it doesn't sound something very serious, but I really think that YouTube can help me to create a connection with you guys and promote my new business. In September, I decided to put my energies on my small business, because yeah, as I said before, my final goal would be working just for myself. I already had a Etsy shop that I created in the previous year, in September 2019, but I wasn't putting much effort on it. I was simply selling the illustration that I had in my portfolio, so I wasn't creating new products. And I wasn't designing illustrations that were suitable for products. And I wasn't designing products that I would buy myself. I'm very happy I decided to build my own e-commerce, not just because I didn't like the Etsy fees, that is a reason, but also because I wanted to build a strong brand and an online presence. Okay, finally I can talk about my goals for the new year, for 2021. I hope I didn't bore you guys. Okay, let's talk about the shop. First of all, I need to finalize my branding. So I created Jess was here, and I have been playing with several things, color schemes, but yeah, it's very hard for me to stick to a color scheme because I like all the colors, but I believe that now I can be more consistent. And then talking about my branding, I want to keep working on my website. At the moment there's just the shop. You arrive there, you see just the products, nothing else. So I want to show a bit more about my person. I want to add more content to my website, and especially because then I want to push people to subscribe to my mailing list. And that was also one of the reasons I decided to create a website in the first place. I was like forgetting about the mailing list because I was relying a lot on the social media. As many people confirm, building a mailing list is super important for a small business, for a business of any kind. So that is something that I need to work on, absolutely. Then I want to improve my product photography. I decided to opt for a minimalist look, so just the object on a colored background, and I'm fine with it, I like it. But the colors and the light is not good. I feel like my objects are way nicer in person than in the photo. I already bought a studio lamp that is absolutely wonderful for when it gets dark. But probably I need another one, I'm not sure. I have to experiment a bit more, and probably I should start shooting with the RAW format. And also I hate taking photos of my products. And then I'd like also starting doing some shop updates, so releasing products all together and not as soon as they're ready. So to plan my shop updates and announce them. In fact, at the moment I'm working on several products and I'm gonna announce them probably in 1-2 weeks. Yeah, I have to think about it. So yeah, I'd like to have some main shop updates along the year. Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna happen though. And then we talk about the products, of course. I'd like to create many different kind of products, so different illustrations, of course, and but also different kind of products. In the last 10 years, I relied heavily on digital illustration, and now I'm really enjoying doing things traditionally. So at the moment, I love being creative away from the screen. That is something that I'm really enjoying. Products that I absolutely want to do this year are screen printed t-shirts and also bags. Screen printing is a technique I learned at the master last year, but didn't have a chance to try it much because of the pandemic. I have been experimenting screen printing at home, but it was very hard to make. But now I have bought a new kit. I have many products here. Instead of using the photosensitive, the classic technique for screen printing, I'm gonna opt for the screen drawing fluid, which is way easier, I hope. In one vlog I said that I wanted to try screen printing through the stencil technique, so cutting a stencil with my cutting machine. But then I realized that sticker stencil can be used multiple times. Probably I haven't tested, but I decided to go directly with the screen drawing fluid, and yeah, I think I'm gonna try it this week or next week. I have all the materials now, so yeah, I can start printing some tote bags. I'd like to create products that I will wear myself, and I always been designing t-shirts more or less since I was a teenager, and I was selling them through print-on-demand websites. But yeah, I'd love to make t-shirts from home, and I really love the idea of Fran Nerd with her website We Are Nice Humans, where they screen print second-hand t-shirts. I really love that idea, especially because I buy second-hand clothes myself here in London. But I don't want to copy her idea. Also, I don't know how easy it would be to find t-shirts, considering that there's a pandemic at the moment, and also, as I remember, there are not many t-shirts during the winter time in the charity shops. As soon as I realized that I am able to screen print on fabric, so on the tote bags, I'd like to start buying some organic t-shirts. Yeah, because absolutely I want my products to be eco-sustainable, eco-friendly, and also to be ethical. And I found a website that has very nice products that are suitable for my case. And staying on the topic of the eco-friendly products, I also want to improve my packaging. I'm already switching to paper, so plastic-free packaging, but I still have many plastic sleeves that I use for my art prints and or for the greeting cards. Since I don't want to waste them, because yeah, it wouldn't make sense, I want to use them all and then switch to the glass scenes. And so yeah, it means that I have to sell many prints and greeting cards and whatever to finish all of them. I'm still not sure about what to do with the art prints, because some people would like to have the transparent plastic bag for their art print, because maybe they don't put it in a frame, so they hang it on the wall directly with the transparent sleeve. That is something that I actually do. I don't want to put them on without anything because I'm afraid they will ruin and stuff like that. So I will think about maybe getting also the compostable bags, but I'm not very happy with that. So probably I'm gonna leave the client to choose if they prefer the compostable bag or the glassine. Yeah, I'll think about it. Okay, now we move to the social media. Okay, something that I absolutely have to improve is my presence on Instagram. I really struggle with Instagram. It's always been like that. I'm not consistent at all when I'm publishing my posts, and I usually publish stuff anytime anything is ready. Yeah, because I really struggle at creating content. Yeah, I have to get better at that. I can't guarantee that I will be always present in my stories. I'm not gonna do lives, I don't know. At the moment I have, where are you? I have 3 accounts on Instagram. So in my justwashere.studio account, at the moment I have 367 followers. So by the end of 2021 I aim to get at least 2,000 I wanted to say 3,000, but it's too much. And then, then of course YouTube. I'm really enjoying the whole experience here on YouTube. I think I enjoy way more preparing content for YouTube compared to Instagram. And at the moment we are at 251 subscribers, if I'm not wrong, which is amazing. So by the end of the year I'd like to reach 1,000 subscribers. It would be amazing if I were able to start monetizing with YouTube, so that means that I have to reach 1,000 subscribers and also 4,000 watched hours watched, which is very hard. That is the hardest part in my opinion. About the watch time, I'm at 300 hours, so less than 10% away from that objective. But it's fine. Yeah. So that is my objective for YouTube. And also, more importantly, I'd like to start publishing videos every week. But if I were publishing videos more often, at least once a week, I will reach that objective, that goal, more easily, and it would be good for my channel, for my growth, everything. And I'd like to start making also not just vlogs that I really like, but also other kind of videos like this one, but also art videos, maybe sharing some sketchbooks, stuff like that. And then about the social, my last part is Patreon. Yes, this year I'd like to start a Patreon at some point. I still don't know when. As I told you, I'm attending a master in children's book illustration. I'm starting the new semester now at the end of this month in January. So that means that I will start working on a new project, so new illustrations, my own story, experiments, any kind. I think it will be a good chance to share my own process, my experimentation, also my own stories I'm writing on Patreon. So it could be interesting for anybody who's interested in children's books, storytelling, but also simply illustrations, techniques. If I were working on a client's job, I wouldn't be allowed to share anything, but since the university projects are my own, I can do anything I want with it. And aside the university projects, of course, I will be sharing my updates, the projects for my shop I'm working on. I will be creating podcasts, and I will be also creating exclusive products for my patrons, such as a sticker club, and maybe later on other more complex products. That would be absolutely amazing, but I'm aware that my following at the moment is very small, so I have to plan it very well. I still don't know when to do it. The new semester university is starting now, but I believe that now it will be a bit too early. I prefer to wait a bit longer. I'll keep you updated. Please let me know if anything you'll be interested in seeing in detail. I believe that Patreon will also help me to have a kind of schedule and to work more efficiently. I don't want to brag about it, but I consider myself quite reliable when I'm working with a client, because when I have a job to do, I put my head down and I do it, and I don't do anything else until that is done. So if I have some scheduled work to do for my Patreon, I think I will be able to create more things without procrastinating. So I think it will work very well with my own personality, or hoping that it will not get too stressful. So I have to find the right balance. Despite my following at the moment is very small, talking about it helps me to get the stuff done. So this is why I'm sharing it with you guys. And then something that I already wanted to do in the previous year is taking part in an art fair, an illustration fair. I always loved the idea of selling stuff in person in a market. I think it has been a dream since I was little, but considering the current situation, of course, I couldn't do anything last year, and we'll see if I have any chances this year. Here in London, of course, there are many events that would be perfect for my case. Finally, now I have products that I could sell, so I look forward to taking part in an event like that. And now I want to talk about my art goals. Last but not least at all, probably it's the most important, of course. I don't have much to say about it because I'm attending the masters, so luckily the master would help me to stay on track and keep progressing, hopefully. However, as I already said, I'd like to develop my way of drawing characters, I love drawing characters, but yeah, I'm not feeling very happy with what I have done so far. I'm happy, but yeah, I'd like to do more. Well, it's not an objective of the year, but it's an objective of the whole master. Well, it's an objective of my whole life. I hope I managed to achieve visual language I'm satisfied with. So not just about the characters, but about illustration style. Then I'd like to keep drawing with traditional media, because I was just doing digital. I'm really loving the spontaneity and unpredictability of traditional art. In the last months I've been painting some characters, but I'd like to be brave enough to create a full illustration, so with a full background. Yeah, it's not easy, especially for somebody who had the luxury of cancelling and editing anything through the computer. I want to experiment with some printmaking techniques. So I already mentioned screen printing, but I want to get back to lino print, riso relief printing. I've never tried before. Mono printing, I haven't tried it yet. All the things that I can try also at the lab of the university. Yeah, if we have the chance to get back there. We are doing everything online because of the pandemic. And also I'd like to experiment with some sculpting and clay modeling. I already wanted to create the clay pins. I would like to try also other kind of things. And right yesterday I started playing with some punch needle. And another important aspect is that I'd like to start making art just for the sake of making art. I've always been creating art just because I had a specific objective in my head. That could have been a client's job, a university assignment, or a product for my store. I never do art just because I want to do art. And that is something, yeah, I feel like if I were doing just random stuff, I will be wasting my time. I don't feel productive. I'm getting better at that because sometimes now to practice drawing random stuff from observation, and that is helping me a lot. I want to get better at that. We have to add also now the factor of YouTube. So if anytime I'm drawing, I feel the pressure of recording what I'm drawing. So yeah, it doesn't help much. Yeah, but we are getting there. We're getting there. I imagine many creative self-employed people struggle with that concept, the idea of being productive the whole time, because of course you're not getting a salary, you don't have the payday. So yeah, you have to make the best of the time you have, because on that depends the money you're gonna get. We have to learn the right balance. It's not something that I'm gonna accomplish, yeah, by the end of this year. I don't think. This is also one of the reasons I'd like to stop doing client's job and doing just the things I enjoy myself. I believe that will help me to achieve that balance. Okay, I think we are done. Sorry for rambling so much. I don't know if this could be useful for you, if it was interesting, but yeah. If you'd like to follow me in this journey of being an independent artist, independent art illustrator, what's the difference between illustrator and artist? Please tell me. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me, and see you in the next video. Bye!